Hey guys, CodeOnBite here, and just before we start the episode, I thought I'd give you a little heads up about it. It ended up going a lot longer than I originally thought it would, and I ended up having to split the episode into two parts. I'm just giving you this little heads up because I thought that and I kept saying throughout the episode that we are going to be making the actual villager strip mall in the episode, and as it turns out, in this episode, we are only going to be making an on-off switch, well, making an underground on-off switch for the breeding cell. We already kind of made the on-off switch, and a status indicator for it underground. And next episode, we will be making the strip mall. I just wanted to let you know because I didn't want to be promising, oh, we're going to make the strip mall this episode, during the entire episode, only to pull a fast one on you at the end. So just thought I'd give you a heads up. But don't worry, sit tight. As you're watching this, the next episode has already been completed. In fact, it was already completed last night, actually the night before, in fact. And it is in the process of either being uploaded or being processed by YouTube, and you should see it very shortly, so just sit tight and it'll be ready very soon. The zombie spawner goes off, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And then zombies spawn when the lights are off, and he's stuck. Oh, hey guys, remember that zombie spawner that I was really excited about when I found and... Oh wow, you dropped a potato. Isn't that like a 1 in 200 chance? Anyway, you remember that zombie spawner that I was really excited about when I found it way back in, I think it was episode 6? Remember that all the way back then? And most of you were probably thinking, what the hell, is this guy insane? I'd be disappointed that it's not a skeleton spawner. The only thing the zombie spawner is good for is when you don't have a skelly spawner. You remember when you were thinking that? Well, today we're actually going to put this thing to use. Well, hopefully today. Anyway, we're going to make the thing that's going to ultimately put this to use. And hey, Mr. Enderman, fuck you. Give me your balls. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll just plop you right there. Did the Enderman take the gravel there? I think he did. Don't worry, this ugly door and this awkward non-staircase thing is only temporary. That's going to be filled in eventually, and we're going to access that spawner a completely different way. So anyway, how's it going, guys? How's everything going today? Let's see. I need to put this ender pearl somewhere. I think I'm keeping them in the nether hub. I don't know, of course I'm getting distracted. And it seems there's a thunderstorm going on outside. So, last episode, we made a new villager breeding cell. And this episode, we are going to make a villager mall, where we will be able to trade with villagers. However, it's not going to be just a simple villager mall. It's going to be a high-tech one. It's a design that I saw Panda 4994 use, and so I'm going to use it, because there is no way I understand redstone enough to come up with something quite that sophisticated myself. You'll see what I mean shortly. And, yeah, speaking of villagers, we have this... we're on our 4th double chest full of sugarcane. And don't forget that there's 2 hoppers, which be under each one, which also have 5 inventory slots. So we're getting a lot of sugarcane, which is great, because we are going to be able to use it today in our villager mall. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so last night... I literally did not sleep because I could not decide where I want to build this thing. Don't you hate it when you can't decide where to build something, and no matter where you think you want to build it, you're afraid that you'll later regret it for some reason, and you just don't know, and it's like, ugh, and you feel like you have to plan your entire base out ahead of time? Yeah, I hate that feeling. It happens to me all the time, so let's see. But I finally decided where to build it. I was originally going to build a villager farm, the villager mall, on this side of the aisle, so we'd have a bunch of villager villager cells on this side, and then we'd have a bunch of farms on this side. But then I realized that if I keep making the base go out this way too far, the base is things are gonna start to get out of range of some of the components in our base. And in the case of the villager farm, critically, the villager breeding cell would start to go into loaded chunks if you go too far out this way. So I was thinking, alright, well, I'll just make a corridor going through this wall over here where these pumpkins are. Notice that I took down the map wall and have it over there. But then there's an issue. See, when a villager has a bad trade, what's going to happen to it is it'll get sent to the zombie dungeon. It'll eventually be turned into a zombie, and we'll kill it for experience. So we kind of want the villager mall to be kind of close to the zombie spawner. Alright, so none of those solutions of where to put the thing seemed good to me. So what I decided was, hey, I'll just build it about 30 meters under here. It'll be a corridor. It'll start right about here. I mean, this zombie dungeon will probably be at the end of it here. And then it will run underground all the way out to about the position that the villager breeder is at. And at that point, that's probably where I'll have the control room to turn it on and off and whatnot. Because I do want to have the switch to turn it on and off be inside my base, so I don't have to go hiking through the jungle every time I want to stop villagers from breeding. Because that'd be a pain in the butt. So I'm right now going to make a drop chute and a minecart elevator down to where I want to build this. And since we've already seen how to build minecart elevators, and you've probably realized that I have a minecart elevator fetish, we're going to cut that. We're not even going to speed it up. We're just going to omit it from the video. So, yeah. If you want to learn how to build a minecart elevator, go watch episode, what was it? Episode 10, I think? Alright, so I just built another minecart elevator and a drop chute. What I'm going to do is now dig out the area where the mall is going to be. Oh, guys, I got so occupied with what I was doing that I forgot to empty this a long time ago. So let's see how many we got. Holy moly, over seven. Oh wait, let's see what does. Over 600 golems. All right, let's see what 600 golems worth of iron blocks looks like here. Ah, that never gets old. 4 stacks of iron blocks. Oh yeah, and I put some chests in here to store all the iron that I've been getting. And we got some. We're gonna have to do something with some roses soon, because I don't know, make a massive red structure or something. I don't even have a sheep farm. Yes! I'm keeping you for a long time, buddy. Okay guys, so I just dug out most of this tunnel, and I extended it further than I'm going to have the villager trading mall. The mall's only going to come to about right here. That's why this is 5 wide here. But I extended a tunnel all the way to right under our infinite breeding cell. And the reason I did that is that I want to have a way to turn the thing on and off while we're down here, so you don't have to climb all the way up to the surface just to turn the damn thing off. So yeah, as you can see, I dug a column out all the way up there, and now I'm just going to use redstone torches to transmit a signal upwards. So yeah, let's do that. Okay guys, so I brought this column of redstone torches to the surface, and all this really is you have a block with a redstone torch on it, and then a block directly on top of that with a redstone torch on it. And notice that the torches alternate between on and off, so basically any signal change that you make to the bottom of it will cause the state of this torch to change. I had to cover this side with these blocks here so that I could remove these glass blocks, because one of the things that's annoying about this type of tower is that you can't just jump stack to create it. Like, see, it's impossible to jump and place the block on top of the torch because there's not room. So you have to build something else up around it, like this, kinda. I'm gonna encase it in glass just for the looks. I mean, the glass is obviously necessary when you're going through the water, but it's not necessary beyond that. I'm gonna do it anyway just because it looks good. Alright guys, so I've completed the torch tower, and now once we build the control room down there, we will be able to turn this thing on and off from down in our villager mall, way down beneath the surface of the earth. So that's all fine and dandy. However, there's still one problem. The problem is that you won't really be able to see this villager when you're down there, so we won't really have a way of knowing whether the thing is on or off. And remember, because of the way dispensers work, you can't just it's not a switch that you turn from on to off. You basically just push a button that says change it to the state that it's not currently in. So that means if you don't know whether it's currently on or off, you won't know whether you're currently turning it on or off. So, and that's not good. So what we need is a way to detect whether the breeding cell is on or off. And someone who's insane and has godlike understanding of redstone might say, you know what, we could use villager AI to determine whether they're in a village right now. But you know what, I'm not that fancy. I'm not Mr. Panda, so I'm just going to do it the good old-fashioned way. Well, not the old-fashioned way, since the thing I'm going to use is introduced pretty recently. But you know what I mean. And that is, if we can detect whether this villager is here, we will be able to turn the thing on and off. So, alright, let's do that. And do I have any... No, of course I don't have any string. I will be right back while I run off to get some tripwire. Alright guys, I'm back, and you'll notice I added this little glass platform here, as well as a ladder that goes all the way down to the corridor where our villager mall is going to be. And I also added this nice glass floor here. I like the way it looks. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to use is tripwire. Before I do this, we should probably get the villager down here so that he's not in our way. Right, Mr. Squidward? We don't want you to be in our way, do we? No, we do not. Might have to call SpongeBob and have him do his annoying laugh in your ear a few times. Alright, so for what we're going to do, we need tripwire hooks. And I can never remember how the hell you are supposed to craft these blasted things. Let's see, I think it requires some sticks, if I recall. I know it requires iron ingots. I believe it's iron and sticks, isn't it? Iron and stick. What? What the? Is it like this? Is it... Oh, I know. Maybe you have to make the shape of like a hook. Okay, I'm clue. Oh, I remember. You have to wood planks. For some reason, I always get that crap. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I always forget that crafting recipe for some reason. And I swear to God, Mr. Squidward, would you shut up? You say that SpongeBob is annoying, but you're pretty damn annoying yourself. Alright, so, let's see. Okay, so we need a block place the tripwire hook on? We'll go with iron, of course, because why not? And alright, so we put the tripwire hook here. And then we put another one. I am right that tripwire hooks cannot be placed on glass. Yep, nothing can be placed on glass. It's really a shame, because it'd be so useful to be able to place something. Now, okay. The thing I'm wondering is, when this dispenser turns on, will the water destroy this tripwire? Because if it does, then that's kind of gonna ruin the plan that I had. And of course, we have to run the tripwire this way because we have the dispenser with redstone and stuff over here, and we don't want it. Nope, no glass here. And we'll just put an iron back here. Okay, let's see. Alright, so now, is the tripwire still there? Alright. Yep, okay, so now that the villager is here, this block becomes powered, and that causes this torch to turn off. So, yeah. What we're basically going to do is when the villager's here, this tripwire will send an off signal. And when the villager is not here, the tripwire will send an on signal, which we'll have to invert, or something, or just do whatever we want. The point is, we can now transmit information, and the information being whether this villager is here, causing all these villagers to get all horny and stuff. And whoa, this thing's getting close to capacity, which is pretty awesome. I'll have to start thinking about what I want to do. How I want to run the tubing for these. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm going to build the villager mall before I worry about the tubing for this. Wait a second. My boots are used up. I broke my booties, apparently, from all that caving. I'll just make some new ones, because I carry iron around with me everywhere, because I'm a boss like that. Just making me new armor. On the fly. Okay, so I guess this thing has reached critical mass. There's a villager who's starting to drown because he tried to swim up, and I blocked the openings with dirt because I haven't sent the tubing anywhere. So yeah, I went ahead and turned the breeding cell off, just because I don't exactly know what happens when villagers start dying. When you're this close, when you're far away and villagers die of natural causes, there's no penalty whatsoever. And I hope it stays that way. Yes, I'm talking to you, Mr. Dinnerbone. Okay, so transmitting a redstone signal upward, well, not as easy as transmitting one horizontally. That didn't prove to be so difficult, and we're even able to do it in a 1x1 column. Just stack torches on top of blocks like this, and voila. However, transmitting a redstone signal downward, it's not quite as easy, although it's still fairly straightforward. So when you transmit a redstone signal downward, instead of stacking torches, what you basically do is you have a... here, I'll go one higher. Basically, you have a torch, and then you have a block with the dust on it, and on this block here, then you have another torch, and this dust will power this torch. Oh wow, a zombie with chainmail armor. I wonder if he'll give me some. Oh, it's a zombie villager. That's cool. You know, you could have come in handy when I was trying to fill these things. Could have lured you over here and cured you, instead of having to bring the villagers all the way over. But it wasn't actually that hard to load them because of the easy loader thing. Okay, so then you just repeat this pattern, etc., etc. Alright, so now before we just go right ahead and do it, we have to think about something. And that is, where do we want to have this downward elevator going? Well, we already have stuff on this side of the breeding cell. We have these two ladders here, and we don't really want to have them obstructed. Obviously, we can't really do it here because this redstone's in the way, so we're going to go around to the back here and do it on this side. So yeah, we could start this off by having this block have a torch on it, and then we'll have to go a couple blocks lower. And let's see, can I reach from here? Probably not. Actually, yeah, I can do that. Then we'll have a dust on this block here, and a torch on it. And we'll just keep repeating that pattern until we get to the bottom. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to move this a little bit farther away from the side of this, because I don't want to have the view of the villager obstructed any more than it absolutely has to be. So, yeah, I'm going to, let's see, move it. I'm going to move it a little farther away. I may even move it to the side and have it like over here or something in a corner. And I can do that. I can just run redstone across here. So we'll do this. And let's just turn it on to make sure that the redstone lights up. Don't know why it wouldn't, but redstone is less intuitive than real-life electricity, so what would I know? Yep, it works. And we put... oh, wrong type of torch. That could mess things up if you used a regular torch instead of a redstone torch. Okay, so yeah, we just do it like that. Alright, so I'm going to build... you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to move this over a little bit more over here. So that it's on the outside of this ring here. Just on the outside, though. Yep, cool. Alright guys, glad we finished with that. So now we have what will be the basis of a proper control room for the breeding cell. Now notice that this light is off now. That means that the breeding cell is turned off. There is no villager activating the tripwire. So when I hit this button, it will turn on. Now obviously it'll take a few seconds for it to do that because the signal has to travel all the way up there, and then the signal has to travel all the way down here. But yep, turned on. So now the breeding cell is on, and we have what will be the basis of a proper control room. Sweet. Let's make sure that it turns off properly. Turning off should be a little faster than turning on, because we don't have to wait for the villager to swim up. They just drop down into the water below. Yep, turned off.